Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ilma Aura Fatimah Albar. In this video, I will explain about definition and principle of language assessment for my midterm test in this semester. The subject is language testing and the lecturer is Miss Tiara Diansari, MPD. What is language assessment? Language assessment is any ways which lecturer, instructor, or teacher uses to help learners gain knowledge during learning the subject. The assessment may include listening, speaking, reading, writing, an integration of two or more of these skills, or other construct of language ability. Language assessment also helps the learner to achieve the goals in the end of period of learning. Principles of language assessment. 1. Practically. Brown said that practically refers to the logistical, down-to-earth, administrative issue involved in making, giving, and scoring an assessment instrument. Further, Mousavi in Brown state that this includes cost, the amount of time it takes to construct and to administer, ease of scoring, and ease of reporting the result. Based on the definition above, it can be concluded that practically defines in terms of cost, time, administration, scoring, or evaluation. Cost. A good test should not be too expensive to conduct. A teacher should avoid conducting a test that requires excessive budget. Time. A good test should not be too long or too short to be finished by the student. C. Administration. A good test should not be too complicated or difficult to conduct, and it should be simple to administer. Scoring or evaluation. A good test should be followed by something to make it easy to score, like rubrics of scoring and key answer. 2. Reliability. Brown said that a reliable test is consistent and dependable. If you give the same test to the same student or match students on two different occasions, the test should yield similar result. From the definition above, it means that if the test is conducted to the same student on different occasions, then it will produce almost the same result. For example, a student will get the same score if he or she takes the test, possibly with a different examiner on a Monday morning or a Tuesday afternoon. There is a relationship between reliability and validity as stated by Bachman. He said that in order for a test score to be valid, it must be reliable. There are some issues related to reliability as stated by Brown. They are student-related reliability, writer reliability, test administration reliability, and test reliability. 3. Validity. As stated by Brown, a valid test measures exactly what it proposes to measure. For example, when the students are given a reading test about the human respiration, a valid test will measure the reading ability such as identifying general or specific information of the text, not their pure knowledge about the human respiration. Brown proposed 5 ways to establish validity. They are content validity, criterion validity, construct validity, consequential validity, and phase validity. Content validity. Content validity refers to the correlation between the content of the test and the language skill, structure, etc. For example, when the teacher wants to assess student speaking ability in a conversational setting, then the teacher asks the student to answer paper and pencil multiple choice question requiring grammatical judgment. It is not achieve content validity. The teacher should conduct a test that requires the student actually to speak to their friends. Criterion validity. Criterion validity emphasizes on the relationship between the test score and the outcome. According to Brown, criterion validity usually falls into concurrent validity and predictive validity. Concurrent validity. A test has concurrent validity if its results are supported by other concurrent performance beyond the assessment itself. For example, the validity of a high score on the final exam of a foreign language course will be verified by the actual proficiency in the language. Predictive validity. Predictive validity is to measure and predict a test taker's likelihood of future success. For example, TOEFL test is intended to know how well someone will perform the capability of his English in the future. Construct validity. Construct validity refers to concepts or theories which are underlying the usage of certain ability. For example, proficiency, communicative competence, and fluency are examples of linguistic construct. When the teacher conducts a speaking test, the scoring analysis for the test includes several factors in the final score: pronunciation, fluency, grammatical accuracy, vocabulary use, and sociolinguistic appropriateness. The justification of these 5 factors lies in the theoretical construct that claim those factors to be major components of oral proficiency. But if he conducts a test that evaluates only pronunciation and grammar, he could be justifiably suspicious about the construct validity of the test. Consequential validity. Consequential validity refers to the consequence of using a particular test for a particular purpose. A good test must give positive consequence for the student, so the teacher should consider the effect of assessment on student motivation, independent learning, study habits, and attitude towards schoolwork. Phase validity. According to Gronlund and Brown, phase validity is students view the assessment as fair, relevant, and useful for improving learning. To overcome student perception, the teacher as test constructor has to consider students will be more confident if they face a well-constructed, expect format with familiar text. Students will be less anxious if the test can be accomplished within an allowed time limit. Students will be optimistic if the terms of the test are clear and uncomplicated. Students will find it is easy to the test if the directions are clear. Students will be less worried if the test is related to their coursework. 4. Authenticity. The fourth major principle of language assessment is authenticity. It deals with the real world. Teachers should conduct a test with the test items are likely to be applied in the real context of daily life. Brown proposes consideration that might be helpful to present authenticity in a test. They are: the language in the test is as natural as possible. Topics are meaningful, relevant, interesting for the learner. Some thematic organization to item is provided, such as through a storyline or episode. Text represent or closely approximate real-world text. 5. Washback. According to Washback, refers to the influence, either positive or negative, that an exam has on the way in which students are taught. In addition, Hughes and Brown said that washback is the effect of testing on teaching and learning. Based on those definitions above, it can be concluded that washback refers to the effect of testing on teaching and learning process, and it has two sides, positive and negative. Positive washback. Positive washback has beneficial influence on teaching and learning for both the teacher and the student. For example, when the teacher conducts daily paper-based tests and asks the student to answer some question, after they finish their job, they will submit the paper to the teacher, then the teacher checks their job. After that, the teacher not only give a score but also give a feedback or comment. Negative washback. A test which has negative washback is considered to have negative influence on teaching and learning. For example, when the teacher conducts daily paper-based tests and asks the student to answer some question and they finish their job, they will submit the paper to the teacher, then the teacher check their job and only give them a score without any comments. In reality, letter grade or numerical score is not enough. The student need a feedback from their teacher. Conclusion. Based on the explanation about the principle of language assessment above, we can conclude that a test is good if it contains practically high reliability, good validity, authenticity, and positive washback. The teacher should apply these 5 principles in conducting a test on their teaching and learning process.